hello, and good Tuesday evening to you. How is everyone? It is good to see you, and of course, and always, it is good to be seen by you. I, of course, am Bill Sylvie, the Dungeon Delver, your one and only host, and I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful evening. I certainly am. Just hanging out. And listen, if you're just, if YouTube has sent you here through the currents and eddies and tides and ebbs and flows of the algorithm, and you're like, what is this? What is this thing that goes on here on this channel that I have been told I might be interested in? Let me tell you a little bit about what we do. 5 nights a week, I will live stream at you for your entertainment, for your education, for your amusement and distraction about classic tabletop role-playing games. Mostly we focus on first edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons because it's the best. But we've got some other favorites that we like to play around here, and even occasionally the rare newer one. We have guests on sometimes, come on the show. We have just tons of interesting discussion and a lot of fun. And these live streams are brought to you by our friends at Hellebarde Games. Hellebarde makes the kind of modules that they like to play, whether it's for 5th edition, for Castles and Crusades, or OSR. Old School is in play at the table with Hellebarde Games, and you can check them out on DriveThruRPG or on their website, hellebardegames.com. So I just like to bring as much positivity as circumstances will let me bring. But, what you guys like and what you guys like to enjoy, that's entirely up to y'all. So I want to point 2 things out. First of all, I want to apologize. If you're hearing a faint hum, a faint whoosh, I've got a fan on the floor that's blowing on me. The weather forecast for tonight is that at midnight, it will still be 91 degrees Fahrenheit. It will still be danger hot for almost 5 hours after the sun has gone down. Realistically, closer to 3. But it's going to be toasty here. And back here in the studio, under the lights, it's a little warm. So I have a hopefully not too loud fan on the floor blowing up on me, trying to keep me cool. I'm staying hydrated. I got a little H2O. Sometimes I like to have a little alcoholic libation. Not tonight. Not tonight. We are in the dog days of summer here in Florida. Now, that's 91 degrees in freedom units. I don't know how many hectares that is. I don't know how many centipedes that is. But what I can tell you is it's hot. And before anybody says 91 degrees isn't that hot, again, that's without the sun shining on us for 4 hours. So essentially at the top of the hour, we're at the bottom of the hour now. At the top of the hour, we're going to be playing some first edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. We've got a pretty good crew. They're going to be here, and we're going to play some classic AD&D. And we've currently got a low-level party hacking their way through the keep on the Borderlands. So most everybody should be here. Our resident thief Mark will be absent tonight, but that's okay. We'll shoulder on. We will shoulder on with a tear in our eye, and so on and etc. We'll find a way to shoulder on without you, Mark. I don't know. It'll be tough. But anyway, that's 12 hectares. And thank you, Wave. Thank you. But anyway, just want to scroll up. I want to see if there's any questions, comments, or criticisms. By the way, if you're so compelled, and you'd like to support the channel, you can support us on Patreon. You can buy me a coffee, make it an iced coffee in this weather, buymeacoffee.com/bsolvey. Or alternately, you can become a YouTube member for as little as $1.99. Now, both our patrons and our YouTube memberships, when you break the $10 level, guess what? You get a free miniature advanced Dungeons and Dragons module in PDF form. But you get that for free at the $10 level. Maybe your campaign, you're like, oh my gosh, games tonight. I need something just to fill a couple hours. I'm running some classic D&D at the comic store. I'm going to the local games convention. I need something quickly. We got you filled for $10 a month and supporting the show. The pride and joy and happiness of knowing you are supporting this show and everything I do, which is, guys, I bring guests on this show. I've had Gygaxes on this show, many Gygaxes on this show, many Gygaxes at once on this show. Alan Hammock, Skip Williams. All right. I've had Errol Otis, the Errol Otis, Diesel LaForce, Tracy Lesh, and many other luminaries from the RPG industry. Darlene, the artist Darlene. You like your Greyhawk maps, right? Yeah. She's been on the show. All right. So if you want to support the show, you absolutely can do that. But the best thing you can do is if you haven't already, click the subscribe button, click the bell icon for notifications. That is always super duper helpful. And I do appreciate it. But anyway, Wenger, oh my gosh, what did you do? 63. That is such a weird amount. Is that YouTube being weird? Wenger, I don't even, that's so nice of you. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate that. DM's choice, one deep dish pizza, Chinese takeout, or new mouse. I know where all the good, inexpensive pizza and Chinese places are, and where to get a better mouse than this one. So you may have just hooked me up for all that. Wenger, thank you so much. And of course, that's a way that you can support the show, is to super chat. But anyway, I have to be careful when I'm putting my mouse and keyboard back up here, because if they bump the supports the monitors are on, I could accidentally back out of my screen. So again, thank you very much, Wenger, for the super. That is super nice of you. So I did drop a video earlier today. I didn't do it 5 minutes before we started the live stream like I did last night with the Gygax reading chair announcement from the Lake Geneva Library. No. Wizards of the Coast is being kicked night in the ruts financially. The chickens are coming home to roost. Well, if it isn't the consequences of your own actions. But you guys can go check that out if you like. And because that's something else we do. That is something else we do. I need a new mouse. No, I don't. The keyboard reference is last night, my IBM Model M became detached from the PS2 hub I have it plugged into. And so it stopped working, and I was like, crap, I need to reboot. No, I just needed to unplug it from the bulky hub and then plug it back into the PC. So it's fine. No, the mouse here on the studio PC, the scroll wheel does not work very well. This is a This is from Dollar Tree, or not Dollar Tree. No. It's not that bad. This is from Big Lots. It's a Brookstone mouse, which until I started shopping at Big Lots and seeing their name on like Bluetooth, LED, RGB speakers and keyboards and mice and joypads, Brookstone was always like, Brookstone was like foot massagers and no stick pans and tie clip ultrasonic cleaners, stuff you'd see at Sharper Image, but I guess they kind of fell on hard times. So, Kabuki asked, did I see that 300K worth of Magic cards were stolen at Gen Con? I can certainly believe it. And let me state something unequivocally. I do not celebrate that. And we can talk about karma and all that you want to. But I hope whoever they belong, whether it was actually Wizards of the Coast from a Wizards of the Coast display, or especially if it was from a small vendor, relatively small vendor, I hope they get their cards back. That's out and out theft. Now, if someone had paid for $300,000 worth of Magic the Gathering cards and was like, well, they just said go out back and get them, and here's 2 pallets of Magic the Gathering cards, boop, 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 and then took off with them, then that's for Wizards of the Courts. Freudian slip much? Wizards of the Coast to sort out. But you know what? Speaking of things I owe you guys apologies for, I forgot yesterday. So I've started a new feature. And this was a couple of weeks ago, where over here on the display shelf, where you can see I've got the Tudor Inn from Miniature Building Authority, and you can't quite see it, but there's some other pieces over there from Miniature Building Authority, Collecting Chaos. Wait a minute. $300,000 worth of Magic the Gathering cards stolen. Collecting Chaos just shows up. I have some Collecting Chaos I want to tell you guys about too, but before I get to this. But anyway, so I set up little dioramas here of painted miniatures in scenes of exploration and battle, and we've been doing that the last couple of weeks. And last night I was so just, like I said, I dropped a video like 15 minutes before we went live, and then had to make the title card and push out onto social media the announcement for tonight's live stream. Everything just kind of ran together yesterday. Like I didn't do the thanks to vendor on the videos. It was cockamamie. But one thing I also forgot to do was I forgot to do the diorama. So this is this week's diorama. And let's check this out. Let's bring this over here. And will this work? There we go. There we have it. So we have, so over on the right-hand side of this, I'm not sure how you guys are seeing this, but basically, oh wait, no. That's last week's. Why is that coming on? Is it here? Is not there. Let me see if I can get this, guys. Hold on. But anyway, while I'm doing this, I'll tell you guys, now, I honestly don't know. There we go. I honestly don't know if this is true or not. anyone can say that they're anything or that they have anything on the internet, right? So I saw this, and I'm on a Facebook group which is for buying and selling RPG materials, and I bought and sold RPG materials on that group many times. A fellow is selling his collection of OD&D stuff. He's, I'm getting out of tabletop gaming. I want this to go to somebody that it'll make happy. And there's a story with his OD&D set because he's got all the OD&D books loose. There's not a box as far as I can tell. You know, Men and Magic, Monsters and Treasures, The Underworld and Wilderness Adventures, Chainmail, Swords and Spells, Supplement 1, Greyhawk, Supplement 2, Blackmoor, Supplement 4, Gods, Demigods, and Heroes, and Supplement 3, Eldritch Wizardry. Now, in the lower right-hand corner of the Eldritch Wizardry is an evidence sticker. This fellow claims to know someone who is involved with a police investigation of the unaliving of James Dallas Egbert III. And that he was an expert witness for it and entered into evidence in the legal proceedings. His copy of Eldritch Wizardry, which is why that sticker's on there. Again, anybody can say they're anyone or anything on the internet. How true is that? I don't know. But if it's true, I think that's pretty fascinating. I think that's pretty fascinating. Now, I have no interest. You know, I have no, but if you're on Facebook and you know the group I'm talking about, and that's your thing, to me, that's like, I don't know, that'd be like buying that player's handbook from the Ed and Lorraine Williams Museum of the Paranormal. It's like, You know, I want a copy of Eldritch Wizardry I can leaf through and take notes from. Not something where I'm like, and this is the thing. I mean, it was a sad death of an extremely troubled young man who I sincerely wish had gotten some help. So, you know, to me, but it's fascinating. It's fascinating that it's like, holy crap, it's out there. So you can, you can go and you can check that out if you want to. Loose little brown books are still a nice thing. They are. Little brown books are very cool when you can find them. They used to be dirt commons, like 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks for an LBB. I mean, I think the most expensive LBB that I have is my copy of Eldritch Wizardry, which I bought at the one and only Milwaukee Game Fest in 2004 and got Rob Kuntz to sign. And I think, you know what? Let's see if I have Jim Ward's autograph in there. Because if I don't, well, I guess I'll just have to take it to GaryCon with me the next time I go. So here's my copy of Eldritch Wizardry. And I have, no, I'm sorry, not that. Gods, Demigods, and Heroes. What am I talking about? Good Lord. It's the heat. It is the heat that's making me unable to focus. Guys, that's what it is. Come on, where is it? As I'm knocking stuff down, like I always do. That's just kind of the running joke around here. There it is. There it is. So I bought this. I bought this at Milwaukee Game Fest in 2004. And it was at Crazy Igor's. If you guys remember Crazy Igors from the early internet days, probably until the early 2000s. Yeah, so I got Rob Kuntz's autograph. I don't have Jim Ward's. I'll have to get Jim Ward's on my copy of Gods, Demigods, and Heroes, which is the precursor to Deities and Demigods, in case you were wondering. Anyway, let's take a look at the diorama now that I've got the camera set up. You guys want to see it? You guys want to see the diorama, the miniatures we got it, the scene we have set up? No fantasy war. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Because, I mean, honestly, do you guys just want to hear me say, this sucks, over and over again? I don't think you do. All right, I think I have the right window. So let's take a look. Let's switch the camera on. Is it going to work? It's not that one. There we go. Okay, so let me zoom in a little bit. Let's just have a quick zoom on in. Oh, it's not too bad at all. So can we tilt down? There we go. So in the background, closest to the wall of the bookshelf there, we have a Reaper Drow Queen, which, if I ever get to play the GDQ modules, will totally be a Clavdra. A Chaos Warrior of some kind. I'm not really sure what this guy is. I grabbed him at a game convention because I needed a tough-looking bad guy. And then we have a Reaper Succubus over here, Succubus Queen or something like that. And they are squared off against a group of, these are holistic miniatures, pre-painted metal minis. And these are their elves. These are all their elves from their pre-painted miniatures line, and of course they are. This is a busy street in front, so that's maybe I can get a little better focus on that. Let me see here. Not sure which is which. Let's see. See if we can get a slightly better focus. Can we? I don't think that's even the right one. Come on. We'll see here. Oh, no, that's having the exact opposite effect of what I wanted it to. It's filmed in glaucoma vision. I think with this webcam, that's about as good as we're going to do. But that is the diorama of the week. And I hope you guys appreciated it. And next week we'll have something different up. Maybe I'll spice it up a little bit. Maybe I'll do a little dungeon scene over there. Maybe you guys would like that, right? Let me see what this is here. Yeah, I see your problem. And the thing about it is, like, that's one of the best webcams. It's a 1080p Logitech something or the other. You think that for what I paid for it, I paid like $120 for it, which doesn't sound like a lot, but the camera that you're watching me on now, this one, it's a 4K DSLR. Now, I can only use it in 1080p mode because I can't pump 4K through my bandwidth. You actually, nobody can stream 4K to YouTube unless you have like special arrangements with them. And streaming 4K is more than just, oh, well, it's just double whatever you need for 1080p, right? Take care, old Grognard. Thanks for stopping by. But anyway, we're going to get going with AD&D here in a little bit. So we'll kind of do the last little bit here. If you guys have any questions, any comments, anything you'd like to throw out there, go right ahead. I'll do my best to answer them. Now here's one. And one thing that I want to make absolutely crystal clear about these live streams, about these first edition AD&D live streams. These are not scripted. Okay. Like, I don't have writing sessions. I don't have cast meetings with my players. I might tell them, hey, 2 people are going to be out or 3 people are going to be out. So we're doing like a shorter session. Like last Friday, Gamma World, we just went for just like an hour because we only had 2 players, right? So we ran for a shorter time, and we knew that going ahead. So, we talked and we made sure we were all on the same thing. What is the Akira thing on the shelf? That Akira thing, yeah, that's just a sticker. I haven't found a good place to stick yet. Akira, from arguably one of the greatest animated films of the 20th century. I haven't found a good home for it, because you put it on a computer case, that computer case is going to go someday, eventually. You stick it on a wall, you're going to decide you hate it. So, it's like, what to put it on, right? And I still haven't decided, and I've had it forever. But anyway, to continue with what I was saying. So I like not just to entertain with the AD&D games, but I like to educate. So if you have any questions, like you're like, oh, why are you doing that? Put it in the chat and I'll try to catch it. I got a DM while I'm doing it. So if I miss your question, I apologize. Stick it between the crab's claws. Things don't stay there very well, and they don't show up when I do. Like, he tends to want to hold things facing down. Like, I tried to put the Dark Dungeons chick tract in there, and just the weight of just a not a lot of paper, it like actually pulled him down and yanked him off his blue tech purchase there. Perch. But anyway, get a little frame for the Akira sticker. Well, maybe I could 3D print one, right? But anyway, so somebody had asked me today on the Discord, they had asked, well, what if I have a character of this level and they get enough XP to go from first level all the way to third level? What happens? Okay, you go from first level to the end of second level. And I don't care if you got 52 million experience points. If second level stops at 2,500, then you're 52 million minus 2,500. Now you go out and you gank a kobold and you get 20 silver pieces off of him, and that pushes you like 30 XP over. Yeah, you can then level. And maybe you think that's kind of a ridiculous thing, but you don't get to skip multiple levels. You just don't. Absent player characters. How do I handle PC absences? If it's in the middle of the dungeon, they're just strangely silent and they hang back. If the player has specifically said, look, I want Dan to run my character, I want, Aurora to run my character, then I allow that. Sometimes, depending on where the characters are in the adventure, I'll say, Etho the magic user says, I wish to return home. I have pressing matters back at camp. I feel too weak, sudden upset stomach, and they leave. Or the party goes back to the camp, and then when they return to the dungeon, they leave. So that is basically how I handle it. If I know that it's like if the party is between adventures and I know the player is not going to be there for the week, like for example tonight, Mark can't make it. Well, Mark's not leaving the keep. He's not going with the party. But anyway, so we've got three of our four participating players are waiting in the back room tonight. We'll hold here in a holding pattern. And we're missing our Doom Sword. Jack says, wait, what? XS XP over the next level gets tossed no matter the base level? If a high-level guy gets 150k and needs 125, if it would take them to beyond that the level that they had to gain, then yes. Grimsby could be around to restart the party if they TPK tonight. They're learning. They are the hot stove, I think, has burned their fingers enough, but never underestimate your players. So I'm going to see here where is our neighborhood Doom Sword, and hopefully we can get him to join, and then we'll get going because we're a few minutes over. Let's see. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anyone. Come on. I don't know why Discord wants me to. Okay. So we're waiting on Doom Sword. We're waiting on Baron Von Headbanger. If you're not dying, you're not playing correctly. Yeah, like I said, you guys have pulled it together. So we have a couple of players dealing with some technical issues right now, and as soon as I see them hop on, we'll get going on the game. So what's to say? Oh, yes. Soon we're going to see a return to some Dwarven Forge on the table, when hopefully these cameras will shine. Well, not shine, but while we wait, what's my favorite fantasy series? Oh, thank you very much, Ricky. I appreciate that. That was awesome. Thank you for the super. And to show my appreciation for all supers, thank you. Where did it go? Well, that shouldn't have done that. For some reason, supers are no longer being starred, but anyhow. What was the question? Favorite fantasy series? Well, here's the thing. It depends on whether or not you regard The Lord of the Rings as an entire book or a series. And there's a little history there, which I'm going to tell you. Yes, and I need to catch up on your videos, Ricky. I will do that. So, the first ever published copies of The Lord of the Rings in the United States by, was it Ace? I think it was either Ace or Ballantine. I can't recall. Were not authorized. They were pirated, basically, because they weren't being published in the United States. And the idea of publishing a 700 or 800 page book in paperback was not very appealing, particularly when the series might bomb. So they published The Fellowship of the Ring, Book 1 and Book 2 of The Fellowship of the Ring in a single volume. And of course, it was a huge smash success. So they then did the same with The Two Towers, Book 1 and Book 2 of The Two Towers, and then finally, The Return of the King. So we here tend to think of it as the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and it gets broken up into 3 films, and it gets discussed in terms of multiple books. Tolkien's use of the word books was not to refer to separate, independently published volumes. So when you say fantasy series, if we consider The Lord of the Rings, the 6 books of The Lord of the Rings, not the 6 physical books of The Lord of the Rings, when you consider the 6 books of The Lord of the Rings, I suppose then I would have to say it's my favorite fantasy series. However, if we regard a fantasy series as being a serialized number of stories over time that are eventually collected into an omnibus, like the Conan stories, the John Carter of Mars, Fafhrd and Grey Mouser, I would go with the Fafhrd and Grey Mouser series as being my favorite. But that's splitting hairs. We've got guys waiting in the back room who are ready to split some hairs, particularly those still growing out of monster heads. So, without any additional ado, let us bring on our players for the evening. So, let's bid a good Delver's Dungeon welcome back to Kevin as Tonstal.
Hello.
And if the monsters kill you and cut you to pieces, that will mean that the party will have their tonsils removed. Mobius as Duran, greetings.
Hello.
You have returned once again. That's a little Mobius joke there. Sir Standard, as played by TK. Hello. And the one and only, not to be mistaken with any imitations, Doomsword Deathmaster as Vroog. Hello.
Hello.
Okay.
Do we have a Baron Von Headbanger?
Yeah, do we?
He was saying in chat that he thinks his mic is broken.
Ooh, no.
All right. Well, hopefully he can get his technical issues sorted and join us, because we've shot way past. We're almost out of the launch window, but I think we can still light this candle, Hiroshi. So let's go ahead and kick it off. Last week, the party had poked around in the Forsaken Cave and found some things that they didn't exactly like over there in the far western end of the Caves of Chaos, and had instead come back to a nice, friendly place full of hobgoblins.
Oh, come on! A first level party properly armed with longbows and the ability to run away can kite gray oozes until the cows come home, until nothing else shows up.
Well, of course, that depends on how your initiative rolls go, but that's neither here nor there, because you elected not to. So let's see.
Vibes.
You returned to the keep.
Ooh, goody, we did. Okay, good. I was concerned about that.
Yes, you had returned to the keep. Everyone is intact and well off. Well, wait a second. Had you returned to the keep?
We were about to, but I didn't know if you had made the rolls yet.
Okay. Well, thank you for reminding me. Let's see. I believe I had gotten you out of the caves, and we just needed to check to see if anything untoward happened on the road back to the keep.
Yes.
A 1. Whoops, did that show up on the screen? Let me see.
It did not.
It did not. That's no good. It should have. Perhaps it's behind something.
Avenger has a question in chat too.
For any new viewers and note takers, can you get the party's level, race, and class? Well, I will let you gents. Let's start. Kevin, tell them about Tonstal.
Okay, Tonstal's a first level lawful good fighter who is of the Dwarven persuasion, male, and pretty incompetent.
All right.
Anything else you want to know?
Mobius, tell us about the one.
Darren's a cleric Bocob, and he's rolling around with these fine folk, trying to. He's human level 1 fighter, or a cleric, I should say.
Alrighty. TK, how about Sir Standard?
Sure. I am a fighter magic user. I am an elf. Level 1 to both, obviously. I will not be leveling up for quite many eons. And otherwise, I don't know, best bet would be take the portrait. Take the portrait you see of Gil-galad, the one that they have of him. And I think that's a pretty good one for me.
Okay.
Yeah, and Vrug Dorn's a half-orc fighter, level 1, lawful neutral, militant guy, secondary skill of gambler, born somewhere in the Palmars, 6'4", 230 pounds, and generally not in that good of a mood. He loves elves.
On toast.
Okay, and we have a couple of players who aren't here. We have Grimsby, who is a first-level halfling thief, and let's see. This is so terrible of me. Baron von Headbanger's character is a fighter who is again. Baron's not here, but everyone is at first level right now. So let me just try and re-add our dice roller. These things happen sometime. We have this lovely on-screen dice roller. Let's see. And what was that? That was a browser, right?
Yes.
Browser. So let's add that. Create new. We'll see you, Kenny. Dice roller. And let's stick that in there. And let's see if we can get that sucker to roll again. So, there we go. Yeah, it's working now. Woohoo! So since we kind of slowed the plot down a little bit, we'll just go ahead and assume that you guys make it back to the keep in fair order. What do you wish to do?
I would like to spend my newly split 69 silver pieces and a grand total of 5 gold pieces from this week's haul, or this adventure's haul. Group members, that's what I will be dishing out to you as far as that's what the gold and then XP total would add up to. So I guess that's a whole, 5, and it's 20 silver to a gold, so that's 3 gold. So that's a whole 7 experience points in coinage for us, gents.
7 experience points in coinage, but you guys also slew a good deal of goblins. So let's take a look at that real quick. Hobgoblins, rather.
Hobgoblins,
And we
yeah.
have a tapestry to sell and something else, I believe, too.
You do have some. You do have some goodies. Let's see. So you collected. Now, don't forget, you also took 5 platinum. Were you counting that into your treasure?
Yeah, it was 2 platinum, and I already divided that up.
No, it was 5 platinum.
Oh, it was 5? Okay.
It was 5 platinum.
Hold up, then let me change those numbers. Then we each get, once again, including BVH, but ignoring. All right, so then we each get another 3 gold. Yeah, we have a silver cup, a bowl, and a tapestry to sell.
Okay. And I may have just told you wrong. Hang on a second.
Too late now.
I need to look. Well, I can just adjust the other one. Let's see.
We're doing it live.
We're doing it live. We had the absolute best rehearsals. This is going to be so good when we finally put this in production. And I'm sorry, it was goblins. It was not hobgoblins, but
yeah, we did kill their teeth stuff.
Yes. So the tapestry, Grimsby actually kind of comes through. You can tell he's got something on his mind, but Grimsby lets you know. He says, he looks over at the tapestry and says, yes, I would say easily it's worth 900. What you'll get from the provisioner or from the money lender or from the bank is entirely up to them. I'm a little busy with some things right now. Good fortune. You didn't need any traps or found or any locks picked. How wonderful for you. The silver cup Grimsby estimates worth probably 90, but again, what you get for it is questionable.
Mm-hmm.
10. All right.
And then the pewter bowl. I think it was pewter.
The bowl itself is too battered. It's really the coins that were in it. 273 silver and 321 copper.
Okay, that's fair. I'll let a kid wear it as a hat and go running around the street banging a spoon on it.
All right.
What about that dog? What's that worth?
Mine, a fortune. She means more to me than anything.
Oh.
But let's have Vrug, not you. Priest. You are, as one might say, a gentle yet persuasive soul. I need to borrow your ear and, more importantly, your tongue. The rest can stay behind. I just need the tongue.
Where are we going?
We are going to go purloin some our 2 wares here. Let's see what the general trader will offer us for them. I would ideally like to get 70 for the cup and 700 for the tapestry, but I think I'm shooting a bit high. We'll settle no less than 5 each. So 50 for one and 500 for the other.
Okay, so
not really my forte, but we can try.
Hey, my charisma's a 9.
Where are you going? You going to the loan bank, the guild house, or the provisioner to try and sell these things?
Well, the guild house, it's not a weaver's guild, is it?
No.
That's what I thought. So let's go ahead and go to the provisioner and see what he says.
Okay. Well,
What's the
Mobius.
tapestry like again? I take a look at it. I take a gander at the tapestry. Like, how big is it? Like,
The tapestry is rather large.
I roll it out.
It's
on
not
the floor.
it's not heavy, but it's kind of bulky. The provisioner just tells you directly, I don't deal in such things. No one has a need for that on the road or in the field. It's very pretty. I'm not buying such a thing. You might do better at the bank with something like that.
I don't know what a bank will want for it, but sure, let's go there.
This belongs on a wall somewhere. I'd say probably in the inner bailey. If only we could get an audience, we could interest somebody up there with it.
Yeah, I think so as well, but they don't want to sell it, so let's go to the bank. See what they want for it.
All right.
Okay. As it happens, the lending bank is interested in objet d'art. They like such things. The head bank teller looks it over and he says, "Yes, I think such an item would fetch a good price to some of the better to do here in the keep. What were you asking for it?"
I do believe we were looking for in the neighborhood of 750.
750, you say. Roll percentile dice, please. He doesn't say roll percentile dice. I, the dungeon master, am asking you to roll percentile dice. Breaking that fourth wall.
Hey, hold on a second.
The
The first one always, for some reason, gives me 2.
I'm just glad it's working for you. I had to kick the thing in the head.
Ooh. Okay.
And what is your charisma?
It is 11.
11. Okay.
Lick my finger and slick back an eyebrow.
All right. Well, let's see what an 11 charisma gives you as far. He's somewhat favorably inclined.
If he's not, he gets punished on Sunday.
I threaten you with eternal damnation. Buy my stuff.
All right. It's normal. He comes back and offers you $675.
Can we do 7?
Put her there. If I put her in my hand.
Okay. They will take it for $675. Do you have any other articles?
The cup as well.
Oh yeah. This mirror bauble. Throw it on the table. Flip it around my finger.
And you
It's
are
the Holy Grail.
Yeah, right.
And your asking price for that?
No less than 70.
100 gold pieces. It's good for
Roll.
mixing, and it'll be able to like people.
Okay.
Components, you know.
Roll.
Fashion.
Roll it. You get no bonus on this. A 70. Perhaps we could come down out of the stratosphere a little bit and I could offer you, say, 75.
I couldn't do any less than 80. We pulled this out of the crypt.
So it might possibly be cursed.
It's not. I already checked.
Yeah, okay, we can do 75.
Yeah, I can't go any higher than 75.
75 will do.
All right, but I want next time I come in here to do some money exchange, and I want a little bit of a better deal. How about that?
Do you?
Sure, why not? You're not one of them crooked money lenders, are you?
I assure you I am not.
I sure hope I see you in the church on Sunday, mister.
As I recall, you are not the curate.
I am
Um,
not, but
you're-
me and him are on very good speaking terms.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So your total is 750 for your articles
Correct.
that you've managed to sell. So that's 750, and I will give you the total XP for the
And that
9, 11.
125 gold for each party member, including BVH and I'm blanking on his name right now. Dang it.
Sir not appearing in this episode.
Grimsby?
Yes.
All right, Grimsby.
Yeah.
All right, so there goes an additional 125 experience points for you, and now for your monster experience, you fought 9 goblins. Actually, 9 goblins, the goblin chief, and 2 female goblins who fought as goblins.
Yep.
A goodly amount. Let's see. The rest of them fled before you. So let us see what that nets you. All right. So that is 83. If I, until I address you, the party, any numbers that I happen to mutter are just me doing math. So fear not. Let's see. There were 10 in the common room, 3 each, and the chieftain who I've already got, and the 2 females. So we'll call that a total of 12. And let's look in the Dungeon Master's Guide. Goblins, and their hit points, fortunately, are all polyglot at 3 apiece. Goblins, homogeneous rather, polyglot refers to language. Let's see, dinosaurs, not quite.
We killed like 3 pit fiends, I think.
Was it just 3? I thought it was 30. I know how you could get confused about that.
It could be. They're so easy.
Yeah.
Together we might equal 30% of a pit fiend.
30% of a pit fiend's armpit.
All
right. So 10, so that's 120, and so let's see. Plus 120 plus 36. So 239 experience points for the monsters.
So that's divided by the 4 of us then, because the 4. I don't think was BVH here for that.
No, I don't believe he was here. But remember, you had your men at arms with you as well, so it would be 6 of you.
And they don't count as half, do they? Okay, so they count as 1 each. Okay.
Yes. So it's 39 experience points each for the goblins.
All right, and then times an extra 10% because I have stat buffs.
There you go.
All right, I get a whole 95 experience points for both my classes.
Okay, so how are we doing on experience points? Is anyone approaching the tipping point yet?
Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, I'm near half for my single class fighter.
There you go. There you go. Just a few more trips into the dungeon. While you guys are at the Black Main Inn, scraping together your money and whatnot, there is a fellow there telling a story, and people are laughing and pshawing, and he says, No, look, I'm telling you, I saw it creeping in the woods south of the river, or at least I think it was south of the river, and that brings up like peals of laughter. Oh, you think it was south of the river now you're not sure. And there's much much laughing at this fellow's expense. And he says, "No, I tell you, it was a spider the size of a wolf." And someone puts in, "You mean a wolf spider the size of a coin?" More raucous laughter. So, no, I'm telling you, I saw it. It was as big as a pony. And someone else calls out, "Yes, a pony wolf. Tell us more." He looks kind of dejected and then just goes back to drinking. Says, "I know what I saw."
As the fellow drunk, I'll walk forward towards him. Back off, peasants.
No, he actually seems quite sober. He's eating and has a small beer.
Okay, well, as the only drunk in the room, I'll walk him toward them. Back off, peasants. This man's words might be soothed. What say you about these horse-sized spiders?
Oh, well, a little less than a se'nnight ago, one of the trading carts, the wheel broke, and I am a cooper. I am John the Cooper. I went out and took my jack and a few rails, and we got the thing moving again. And when I stretched my back and I looked off to the south, I swear, moving in the trees, I saw a huge spider. And so, a guy sitting close to him says, "Like as not, it was that lank hair of yours playing across your eyes."
Like as not, you're butting into this conversation.
Apologies.
I'll slap down a gold piece in front of the guy telling the story. Tell me more.
Oh, well, at any rate, it was a huge creature. It ambled towards the tamarack stand south of the fens when I last saw it. I swear, mister, it had to be half as big around as this very table. Horrible.
Can you draw it out for me?
Oh, the
trail.
The trail. Sure. Harl, a piece of charcoal and if you've got some parchment. And so he sketches, basically he kind of draws a wave, he says, this is here at the keep. This line here is the road. I suppose those are the haunted caves. He puts another X, and then he makes a bolder, heavier line south of the road that, kind of waves more or less like the river, and then says, perhaps less than a quarter of a mile across the south end of the river where the ground slopes downwards to the east. There's a swampy fen, and well, that's where I last saw it. But as I said, it was headed for the tamarack stands here, and he kind of draws some X's on vertical lines representing trees. So you've kind of got an idea of where this might be at. He says, he points at the gold coin and says, "Is that for me, mister?"
Yeah, that'd be for you.
Thank you. That's very, very generous of you.
All that I ask is you order at least one mead. Great.
Of course, Harl, a mead. He shrugs, sets the young man out a mead, and thank you, good sir.
Just remember where it came from, Cooper.
Of course. So the way he's drawn the map, and you guys have walked on the bank of the river, the way it kind of waves south and north and south and north, actually comes very close to the road on a stretch of about 500 yards. And it's at that point where if you cross to the river, you would be in the fens he was talking about. I mean, you've seen it before when you've walked in that direction. The road or the land slopes down away from the road into a fen, and then you can see the tamarack stand beyond it. So that's the information that this fellow was able to give you.
I'll stagger back to my group if they're not giving me.
Okay.
Looks like we got spiders on the menu standing.
I feel like I would be standing behind you with a clipboard and pencil taking notes because I wouldn't trust you to get the facts.
That's a fair assessment.
I'd make sure I'd stay out of sight. So like as you turn, I sidestep with you.
Fair enough. You wouldn't want me to fall backwards onto you either.
Pretty much, yeah. Also, gentlemen, interesting question as well. I have these half dozen magical arrows, which I never received XP for, and we never sold.
Magic arrows. If I did not give you the
I was going to ask if you guys think I should keep them, or I've been hanging on to them for the time being because I'm the resident archer. But do we think we should keep them? I'm inclined to just sell them, frankly.
It's the cowards.
So let's see. The arrows are arrows are a funny thing. So how many do you have? A total of 12?
A half dozen.
A half dozen. Okay. So that would be in experience points terms. That would be 240. If you wish to keep them.
Damn bug. 240 if I wish to keep them. I still think, gents, we'd be better off just as a group at this point selling them. I don't see 6 shots in the dark being of any use to me necessarily, not more than what I already have.
That's mighty fine of you, Elf.
Oh, I'm sorry, 120. I was literally looking one line down at EMG. It's 120 experience points for those. Yeah. My apologies.
Yeah, definitely. I'd like to sell those.
Okay. It does take a while because are you selling them at the loan bank or are you selling them at the provisioner?
I'll ask the provisioner first previously. But if the loan, I can always go to the loan bank if not.
Well, if it's just the same, if we can perhaps have a magical detection cast upon these to determine their provenance. Otherwise,
no, by all means, go ahead. As long as you don't charge me a dime, I don't care.
Of course.
Oh, we got to re-identify.
Well, you have a free detect magic first.
Yeah.
But yes, he's he calls for a magic user who comes and for a fairly low price is able to cast.
I'm not letting that magic user out of my sight.
That's fine. I'm sorry. I said magic user. It's cleric. It's a first level cleric spell. It's also a first level magic user spell. So you've actually got someone from the temple who's casting detect magic. My apologies.
No, I wanted a local magic user. I need more spells. A detect magic would have been awesome to learn.
Okay. At any rate, he, Pie Jesu Domine, dona requiem. Waves his hands over and says, "Yes, these are enchanted arrows, of course." And the provisioner says, "Very well. I can offer you 120 gold pieces, but no more.
For all 6.
For all 6, yes.
No, to hell with you on keeping them. Thanks.
Understood.
Try to bargain around here.
Yeah, no. If I'm getting 120 gold for them, I may as well keep them. Double that, sure. But no. I'll keep them.
And I elbowed that other cleric in the ribs, and I'm like, there's a gold in it if you tell us what kind it is.
Good chaplain, they're magical. That's the best I can do. I suggest you seek out a conjurer or a thaumaturgist to discern the specific nature of the arrows. Good day, acolyte, and he goes on about his business.
No, this chud would go ahead and turn around and resell these for 300 for the set. So, I will march off relatively angry at that man.
Righteous indignation.
Indeed.
So, someone at Wenger asks, what services would 30 pieces of silver net us? And Doomsword said, I'll betray the elf for 3 pieces.
Then who else will tie your shoes together in your sleep?
I'm reminded
Good point.
The earlier wildcard books before George R. Martin's mind, there's things in the like 3rd and 4th. I can't even. But anyway, there's a superhero who's breaks with his friends and sides with the federal government on the regulation of superheroes. And he goes into a steakhouse run by a former superhero. And when they bring his meal out to him, around the rim of the plate, there are 30 dimes.
If I was him, I would have just laced it with laxatives.
Well, he said I ate the steak. It was one of the best damn ones I ever had. And then I took my $3 with me. I earned it.
That's about right.
But anyway, so whither goest thou, party? Are you going to see if this fellow was telling the truth, or are you going to head back to the Caves of Chaos?
It doesn't sound to me like there's much money in spiders. Did he mention a cart or something that would be of value?
They had gone out and repaired a cart on the road, and he had seen the spiders.
I say we go back to the caves.
And we know spiders be filled with poison.
Yeah.
I don't feel like dying today.
Today's a good day as die as any. I'll go wherever.
I'm not afraid of a spider, but how far out of the way is this place?
It is like a quarter of a mile, maybe a little bit more south of the river. As you go along the road, the causeway that leads back to the Caves of Chaos, where he indicated on his crudely little sketched map, the road and the river are fairly close together. But again, up to you guys. I am but the facilitator of your adventure.
Perhaps they've entrapped many foolish men before. There be treasure to be found.
If they are smaller than a horse, chances are I may be able to do something. But if they are as grandiose as this poor fool claims, just keep in mind, I might not be able to render them unconscious.
Now, he did say, he said they're half the size of this table, and the table he was referring to was like 6 feet in diameter. So, do with that information what you will.
yeah, I'm still well, you know.
Yeah, I called him a horse, I think.
There was some throwing around of I think pony in there.
Still, even if he's exaggerating a little bit, a 3-foot spider is pretty damn big, boys.
Yeah. Personally, a 6-inch spider is pretty damn big, boys. But God, I feel like Yoda in Empire Strikes Back, where he's yelling, "You will be, you will." Like that's literally how I feel about spiders at this point. To be fair, I'm now like my home party in Rock Grubs.
Seagulls, stop it now. Oh, that's a different Yoda thing, but anyway.
All right, gents. Well, then you want to? I hear one vote for spiders, one vote for I don't care, one vote for caves. You know what? For the sake of argument, let's go ahead and go for the spiders. But I will make this emphatically clear: I will not go anywhere near them.
Charge him. You only live once.
I'll put a. You only die once too.
Yeah, as long as the dwarf come along with me, I'm good.
I had to roll a 6 for my last saving throw against spiders, a 6 or higher. I lost a 5th level fighter cleric that way.
Hey, some days you get the bear, and someday the bear gets you, and someday the bear is the size of a spider, or the spider is the size of a bear, rather.
You know,
I lost a 7th level thief that way.
Yeah, but the thief didn't. Your saving throws weren't as good as mine.
They weren't.
Avoid the spider.
Actually, sorry.
But your character wasn't as good as mine, so.
Oh, that's valid. I mean, that's valid. Mine lived longer, though.
well, I don't care where we go. Let's just do it, whatever it is. If you want to go to spiders, fine. I'll fight spiders.
Well,
You never
their
know.
treasure
Some
rolls-
child might walk
Poison at
out
first
there.
level is not smart.
Their treasure rolls ain't bad, so why not?
The big thing is that they're terrorizing the countryside. It won't be long before they ambush us on the road.
Or some small child.
Well,
We have
some-
plenty
Yeah.
of small
Think of the children.
Don't you
All
know
right,
the
let's go get
mortality
spiders.
rate here is horrendous?
What?
All right, let's go chase the spiders.
Okay, so heading out of the keep, following the causeway, kind of keeping this fellow's map in mind, of course, about now I have to look at the let's see. So yeah, sharply sloping down towards the fens. You've got the river. How are you going to cross the river to the south? You gonna do what? You gonna bring your rafts up here or what?
Well, we've got our riding horses, right? I mean, we all. I think we all have one of those. And didn't we cross the river, some sort of ford or something, at some point with the horses?
We had
As I recall.
yes, we had forded the river with the horses before.
Yeah, so I assume we'd look for a shallow area, something gravelly where we can see the rocks within and try to cross there.
Okay, you spend a while probing and prodding. You're no rangers amongst you currently, so but you think you do eventually find a spot. It's about 70, 80 yards wide, and you are able to cross into the fens. And the fens, basically you enter into a swampy area. There's trickling streams and such, tributaries off the river behind you, forming foul-smelling pools. There's islands of relatively higher and less wet that you can kind of step to. It's an extremely marshy area. And you're continuing to move south, correct?
I think so. Correct.
Don't see
Okay.
any reason why not.
Alrighty. So as you move south, curiously, on your left, you see what looks like a large pond with an island in it. But then you come to realize that it's really a large hummock that sits in the midst of 3 ponds on either side. It kind of rises up in a muddy promontory before sloping back down towards the tamarack stand to the south.
I'd like to dismount and draw my sword.
Okay.
I'd like to chuck a bottle of flaming oil at it while on the horse.
That's fine. Is Duran or Atan still doing anything?
I'm not getting off my horse, but I'm going to see what this flaming oil's got to do. What's going on with this?
All right, you
I'm ready.
you lob a flaming oil, and it thuds onto the mound, crashes and burns fitfully. As you approach it, Vrug, let's see here. You're being very cautious. So you're not surprised when rushing out of an opening that they literally seem to just push mud aside are a group of rather large and vicious-looking lizard men. One of them looks at you. I'm guessing you don't speak lizard man.
I do not.
You do not. For real? You're not kidding?
No, I'm genuine. Do you know how many languages I know, DM? I have what is it? I have 5 languages. I have
He
5
does know.
languages in addition to Common and Elven. What else am I going to spend them on? Giant, lizard man, not hobgoblin, goblin, or orc. The party already has that. I've got Sylvan, I've got Infernal.
Okay.
Hey, did we gain a hit point for being back at the keep, or we didn't rest long enough? I don't even remember any rest.
You would have rested up, so anyone who anyone who needed it got a hit point. If you rested long enough to memorize spells and be ready for this, then yes, everyone got a hit point back.
All right.
You took a short rest. Shoot me. Anyway.
At least I get 3 death saving throws and whatever.
Oh, fingernails on the chalkboard of my soul. Yeah. So the tallest of the lizard men, who you note actually is sporting a rather shining gold necklace, points at your group and presumably to his fellows. So they have just kind of large clubs with rocks and crustacean shells stuck in them, and that sort of points at you and says, "Kill the invaders." So they are all moving towards you. Let's get declarations. Kevin, what is Tonstal doing?
I'm gonna charge.
Charge with a capital C on horseback. You're going to try and ride them down.
I have my spear, right? So
yes.
what the hell?
Mobius, what about Duran?
Off my horse.
I'm sorry, you get off your horse?
Correct.
Okay, so you're dismounting. TK, what are you doing?
I have a short bow and can effectively use it from horseback.
That is correct. And the 4 men at arms.
They will set spears and protect me.
Okay. Vrug, are you charging or are you just moving to them?
Yeah, how many were there?
There are a total of 5.
5. And Tonstal's charging on the horse. I mean,
yes.
Even if I charge, right, with a capital C, Tonstal's going to basically reach them before me, right?
Yeah, effectively.
Yeah, well, once. I'll charge.
Okay. Both of you roll your charge attacks, please.
All right.
And their weapons are short enough that you will strike first. For those of you who are curious, in AD&D, weapons length determines who strikes first in a charge.
All right. So, do we get +2 for charge, or just?
No, you absolutely get your +2 for a charge.
I have a total of +3. That's the wrong die.
That is the wrong die. It's not right at all.
Oh, damn it. 12.
11, 12. So let's see. And these
strength bonus.
Yeah, I get a +1.
So these fellows, well, I don't want to give it away. Half a tick. Let me go to the attack matrices, and you are Fighter 1. 9, 10, 11, 12. No, the one you were charging at ducks under your spear.
Great.
All right, this includes all my bonuses. I'm gonna charge the guy closest to me, unless unless the leader is can I charge the leader?
Yeah, he's kind of out in front.
All right, yeah, I'll charge him. This includes all my bonuses.
All right.
So that would be an 18
That's
with a longsword.
You absolutely hit him when you stab him. Yes, he sounds like a combination of a Gorn and Louis Armstrong.
5.
All right. He does not like that. So let's go ahead and roll initiative. The men-at-arms are standing back. Duran is dismounting, and Sir Standard is firing arrows. So we will start at the top. Kevin, roll initiative, please, for the party.
It's a 3.
Party will go first. Missile fire, volley 1.
Yep.
A 20, that is an absolute hit. You have a target-rich environment. They're spread out. Very little chance. Now, were you firing one of the magic arrows?
No.
Okay. All right. So just kind of pick them at random. I'm gonna throw a d6 here, and 1. Looking at the module.
Pick a weenie one. It'll be fine.
I'm sorry.
I said pick a weenie one. It'll be fine.
Weenie 1. Okay. That actually hit the leader. So he has taken a total of 6 points of damage. Blue-green blood pulsing out of his wounds and that thing. Now it is time for counterattack. 3 are rushing towards. They are basically spending this round rushing towards where you are. The leader and the one that you charged, Tonstal, are sticking in the fight with you. So let's go ahead and roll their attacks. So we'll start first with Vrug. And
AC 3.
That will absolutely miss you, Vrug. This one is on Tonstal. What's your armor class? It doesn't matter. He misses.
AC 1.
Yep, he would have missed anyway. So the 3 are rushing forward, and they're trying to get past the men-at-arms, who now get their chance to stab with spears. So we will roll men-at-arms. Do you want to roll the men-at-arms? It's fine.
That's fine. So 4 of them?
Yes, 4 men-at-arms.
All right, let's see what happens here. What have I got? Yeah,
I see
13.
2. The 13 will not, but the 17 and the 18 will.
Awesome. Okay, and they do D6 with spear? Is that right?
That is correct. These are man-sized targets.
Correct. Okay, so spear number 1.
Oh!
Ooh, nice.
Spear number 2. Figures.
You set the average.
Indeed.
Yeah, that guy gets docked, and you give the money to the other guy.
Yep. Two spears, 1 lizard man.
Ew. But anyway, one of the lizard men is now dead. There are 2 lizard men remaining.
You might say he got shafted.
I might. New round of combat. Doom Sword.
Can I get my other arrow?
Oh, yes, you can fire your other arrow. You're behind a spear wall, so
12. No, 11 plus. Yeah, that's just. I don't think an 11 will hit.
no, that sails off into the distance. All right, new round. Lizard men are lizarding. Characters are charactering. Let's start at the top. Kevin, what is Tonstal going to do?
I guess I'm gonna jump off and stab one of the one that I was trying to charge, and miss.
Okay, you can still fight from the saddle with your spear. I'm just gonna.
These are just riding horses, though, right?
That's
can they
correct.
handle that?
I mean, if you're just standing still, if you're not trying to trample them, sure.
Okay, then I'll stay on my horse then.
Okay. Doom Sword. Wait, let me make sure I've got. I'm sorry. Duran. Mobius, what is Duran doing? You are off your horse now.
Okay, you said those lizards were rushing towards us, so I'm going to go towards the closest one that is to me and try to hit it with my staff.
All right, you're going to try and brain one with your staff. TK, arrows?
If any are left standing, indeed.
Okay. And Vrug, you are going to swing on the leader, correct?
Die, Kerr.
All right. Mobius, roll initiative for the party, please. I got a 4. You got a 1. All right. So 3 lizard men on... 2 lizard men on 4 spearmen. So
Eeny, meeny, miny,
roll the first one. That might actually get one of your men-at-arms.
They're all AC 7.
That will almost certainly. I'm just going to double check.
2 of them are AC 6.
I'd
Yes.
probably get all of them.
So one of your men-at-arms takes 6.
Okay, Thrud is unconscious.
Okay, the other lizard man also hits. And does 5.
Okay, Finkel's at 1.
Okay, lizard man leader. That is a miss.
Sweet.
Lizard man lieutenant. That is a miss. Counterattacks. Let's start with missile fire. Both shots from Sir Standard, please.
Absolutely.
The 17 will hit. The 7 will obviously not.
Not bad.
5, not bad at all. Is this at one of the ones close to you, or is this into the melee?
Well, the melee is close to me, right?
Well, you have a melee close to you, and then some yards away, you have at least 30 yards or 30 feet away, you have Vrug and Tonstal fighting.
I'm gonna needle the leader again.
Okay. Let's see. That is even odds. And that is definitely the leader, Ka-thunk. So that's 5 points to him. That shaft sinks deep, and he staggers back. He's not looking good, Vrug. So let's go ahead and get our attacks. Let's start with Kevin. Roll for Tonstal.
Set him up and knock him down.
15.
12 becomes 15, and that will hit him.
Okay. This is my spear, so it's D6.
This is my spear. There are many like it, but this one is yours.
It's 6 points.
It is 6 points. Let's see. All right. Well, he does not like that at all. There's a spray of bright blue as you drive your spear home. Mobius, Duran, do your attack.
There's something wrong with my mouse. Keeps double clicking, I think. There we go. There's one.
Oh,
That's two. That's not one. That's two. But that won't miss. He ducks under your swinging staff. Sir Standard, you have fired your arrows already. Roll for your men at arms now.
Sure. How did they do? No, that 14 might.
The 14, let's see, that's a flat 14, no boni involved. Unfortunately, the lizard man jumps back just in time. Vroog.
All right, being that the leader is off balance, I'll cut him across the chest.
All right.
19.
Your cut across the chest is a little bit high, and his head goes sailing off.
Sweet, so he's just done.
Yes, he is done. He is dead on the ground before you. All right. Okay.
All right. So there's what, one left? Two left?
There are two still fighting the men at arms and one fighting Tonstal. Let's go ahead and roll initiative then. And I think we're over to you, actually, Sir Standard. Please roll a d6. My lizard men will go first. We'll start at the one fighting Tonstal. That will miss. We will go to the one on a man at arms. And that will miss. And the one on another man at arms. That will miss. So a bunch of misses. Let's go ahead, do that missile fire. Are you firing that at close range, or are you firing it?
Yeah, close range. So 14 plus 1 is a 15. Plus 1 for close range is 16.
The 14 will hit.
Okay.
In the overall.
Roll that d6.
A 5. He did not like that at all. Let's see. Now, Kevin Tonstal.
You're attacking me, or I'm attacking him?
You're attacking him.
Okay. I thought I just did this. 15.
That will hit him.
All right. D6 plus 1. Oh, geez. I grazed him.
He's still up. Duran, take a swing on one of these two lizard men, please.
Try for the sword arm.
Oh, you
Nice.
smash him across the arm. Go ahead and roll some damage, please. Okay, he does not drop his weapon, but you hear a nice sharp crack when that staff connects. And Sir Standard, your men at arms over there.
Yep. We got 3 left. We got 3 left fit to fight. So let's see how they do. No. Yes.
No.
No.
No, the 13 is not. No.
I can help.
Yeah, these guys are very, agile, distressingly so.
Stick and move.
Are you stepping to fight the one that Tonstal is fighting?
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
All right.
That'd be a miss.
That's 16 for a second. Okay.
Yeah.
That's all misses. Well, I think we're on to the next round. The lizard men are staying in the fight. I'm just going to assume that we're keeping all the same actions. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, correct.
Yes.
Alrighty, Doomsword, roll initiative, please. Party gets a 6. I got a 2. Party goes first. Missile fire, one shot, then monsters attack, then your other shot. So take your first missile shot. That will miss. Party melees, starting with Kevin Tonstal.
All right. Where is the window?
Of opportunity.
It's in the wall.
That's an 8.
That will miss. Opportunity only knocks once, so go to bed wearing your plate mail. Let's see. Duran, take a swing with your staff, please.
All right, twirling around the staff. Go for headshot.
All right.
Hey,
Oh, that you bring that down on his skull. Roll some damage, my friend.
Oh, dum.
You are satisfied. You see this guy keel over backwards, and you're pretty sure there's an eye just like trailing out. And splat, he lands in the mud. Sir Standard, do you want to roll for your 3 men at arms on the one still fighting over here?
fun fact, I did that once while squirrel hunting, and I had to stare at that squirrel in his dangly eye for the entire walk back.
Oh, that's horrible. Please don't.
You're welcome. The 14
All right.
that hit.
14 does not hit. Vrug, go ahead. Come on, he's right here. Do it. Oh, that,
There
yeah.
you go.
Wow.
Right.
Flush.
Oh yeah, big 9.
6. You finish him off. There is just one left. Take your shots, Sir Standard.
Yep.
Nice.
Nice.
That will hit. Roll your damage.
Will it kill him?
Yes, he had taken an arrow before. That is enough to drop him. All of the lizard men are dead. One of your men-at-arms is unconscious but not bleeding out and therefore not comatose.
Yep.
So you get him some healing and he can get back on his feet. There is a lizard man-size opening, which is to say very big, in the top of the hill that looks like, now you see it, it's like it had a mat of straw and mud over it to make it appear. The lizard men before you, lying on the ground, half a moment.
I'm gonna grab a beverage. Be right back.
That's fine.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to mention the largest one has, as I said, the necklace of beaten gold around his neck. Looks heavy and made of a lot of gold.
Okie dokie. So necklace of gold? Gold necklace?
Well,
Yes.
Looking at that, I'm going to go over to the man-at-arms and heal him up with my only...
Save it. Save it. Save it. Just pile them on the horses. They can hang out here.
All right. Sorry about that.
He ain't bleeding out.
Yeah, he'll, you could conceivably put a pint of wine down him. and have
Check
him-
for the holes. Is there anything
Yeah.
any coming out?
Looking down the hole, you can see that there's actually a tunnel supported with timbers and such that goes down and sort of snakes towards the back.
And the lizard men don't have anything else on them.
You do not see anything else on them unless you are big into, pieces of dried mud and rock stuck on bits of cord.
Do the lizards mine?
Cool. Well,
I don't think they mind at all.
I can take the lizard man's head and use him as a sock puppet.
Did we look in that opening?
Yes, Duran kind of glanced down there. You see a low tunnel that goes into the side of this hummock. It's supported periodically with some crude timbers as it goes along. Very wet, very muddy, but it definitely goes in and back.
Want me to take a look?
We all may as well go.
I'll follow you in.
Yeah, I follow him in behind the shield.
Yeah, we'll leave the men-at-arms out here.
Guarding the horses.
Guard the horses. 3 of them are conscious. They can lay one across the horse.
Okay. Vrug, as you go down and sort of through this narrow gooseneck, you've all kind of got to go single file. You almost have to get down on your hands and knees to enter a large, very humid, very damp, dark chamber. But of course, you being a half-orc, you have infravision. You can see in the dark. However, you automatically lose initiative to a lizard man who is standing next to the opening, wielding a club over his head, and he takes a swing at you.
All right.
Are you wearing a helmet?
Yes.
Probably a good thing. Because he just brained you. All right. I'm gonna hold the spike, and when I nod my head, you hit it. Right.
Yeah. More important question: are you wearing earplugs? The ringing's going to suck.
Yeah. There may be a slight ringing in your ears. Fortunately, you won't be anywhere near them. So that is 2 points of damage. Vrug, you kind of jerk your head to the side as the club comes in and prangs you as you kind of tuck and roll. The next person behind, who is right behind him, Tonstal.
Yep, that's me.
Anderson, that's me. Tonstal, you can see in the room there are young lizard creatures. There are smaller, lighter colored lizard men, a total of 3. And then there's this large one standing there. And the 3 are moving forward with, let's see. Yeah, they've got similar clubs. They look just as nasty. So we'll start at the top. Tonstal, you got enough room to move in and fight these things. What are you doing?
I'm going to move in and fight these things. I'm going to
Okay.
yell, they're coming right for us.
Excellent. Duran, you are actually just behind him. So what are you doing?
As soon as I can get in there, I'm moving into.
Okay. Sir Standard.
I'm casting sleep.
Sleep! Okay. And Vrug, how about you?
The last swing of your life, dog.
Okay. Let's go ahead now for a new round and let us roll initiative. Actually, they just automatically won initiative because of the way you came in. You can counterattack now. And Tonstal, you are close enough that you can move in and attack, but that's it. The rest of you have got to move in, down, and in to do anything. So those 2 guys can attack, and the rest of you guys can move in and do your things in the next round on initiative. So, Vrug, go ahead.
Next round. Okay.
Alrighty. And 9.
7, 8, 9, and this thing is, let's see, that will miss. Tonstal.
All right. I just get a +1 on these ones.
That will miss. And you're all covered with mud and slime from wedging your way through the tunnel, so you are suffering from a Tonstal ick to me.
No.
Okay, new round. There are a couple of lizard men rushing. There's the lizard man who brained you when you walked in, Vrug, and another one is moving up to fight it. And then there are 2 moving to fight you, and the rest of you have kind of moved down and can get in there. Duran, I'm guessing you're going to swing in. It's a confined space. It's not this is not like some grand underground cavern. But so let's go ahead and roll initiative, since I know essentially what you guys are going to do. And I think we're back over. Kevin, roll initiative for us, please, for the party.
Big money.
God, I'm rolling low.
3. So it is going to be a lizard man on Vrug, a couple of lizard men on Tonstal, and a lizard man on Duran. So lizard man on Vrug. That is a miss. Lizard man, a couple of lizard men on Tonstal.
Ouch.
Oh, I saw that 20 almost roll up. So for Tonstal, have 5 points of damage.
Thank you, sir. May I have some more?
In the next round, hopefully. I mean, oh my gosh, how terrible. And that is a miss on Duran. So let's get some counterattacks in, and then we go to sleep. That will miss. And for Vrug, that does not miss. Roll your damage. Okay, yeah, you
6.
sink your sword deep into his abdomen.
Yes.
It's good lord. Okay, roll your damage.
Omelette du damage.
I love it.
Sounds crunchy.
Yes. That's 8.
7. All right, you cut that one down. So there are, let's see, there are still 3 up. So let's see, that's 2. Okay, roll your sleep spell, please.
Sure. How many targets? D4. I don't know what their hit dice are, so.
Oh, let me see here.
Like, I know what I'd roll if I had their hit dice, but like I don't know what their hit dice are.
All right.
If it's 1 to 2 hit dice, it's 2d4. 2 to 3 hit dice.
2d4. 2d4.
Okay. 7.
Sleep and heavenly peace. So yeah, they all sink to the floor.
Does that include the one that I was fighting?
Yes. Presuming you positioned that far enough back that you didn't catch any of your comrades in your sleep ball spell.
I mean, if I catch one of them, I don't care, but not the majority, no.
Okay, split, splot, splot, splot.
Pretty much.
Cernunos, I love your handle. I'm not sure what you mean by tickle feet wedgie, but I love your handle. Cernunos, the stag god. Okay, lizard men are all down. There are no TPK yet, Flint. Unless you're a big fan of lizard men, then there just was a TPK. Okay, so there's a big heaping nest in the middle of the room. There are 6 eggs sitting on top of it. There are 8 young lizard-like creatures. There are what you determine must be females, the smaller ones, and then one of the males. So what do you do?
Stand and deliver. I speak lizard man, so I can literally say as much.
They're asleep.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You cast sleep ball into the room, so.
Well, gents, I will turn my back, plug my ears, and let you decide.
They attacked us unwarranted.
Yeah, I mean, there are lizard men whose mean is such that they are not wholly evil. They're just, their thing is eat and make more lizard men, and they tend to avoid humanity and are somewhat shy unless cornered and attacked. These came out and attacked you, so I will leave it up to you as far as your morality goes.
You're muted, Doomsword.
Doomsword, you are muted, my friend.
Oh, that was weird. Somehow my microphone, hardware muted.
Oh.
Yeah, I take the head off the one who attacked me.
Okay. So if you, regardless of what you do, you have, as I say, you have a nest with 6 eggs in it, young.
Maybe, and this is just a hazard guess for the party, just maybe those eggs might be worth something to someone.
They could be.
I'm going to carry out the eggs.
Okay. In removing the eggs, you see that underneath the nest, there is a pile of coins. There is a bar of gold.
Okay.
And a small wooden box.
Small wood box.
Mm-hmm.
Bar of gold. And coins, silver, platinum, gold.
It looks to be perhaps 100 copper pieces and silvery coins, maybe twice as many, but you're not sure. Is it electrum? Is it platinum? Is it silver? You don't know. The light in here is almost non-existent.
I'll carry the lot out.
Okay.
Help me with the eggs, guys. We might actually get more for the eggs than, what we actually have in front of me here. So, I'm not a big fan of human trafficking, but I don't think these count.
They're probably for some sort of spell component or some such thing.
Maybe
they can train them or something. Who knows?
Speaking as someone who knows a thing or two about lizard man society, if raised well, if treated well, if kept happy, they make some of the best bodyguards, bar none.
Still muted, Doomsword.
They're none too bright, but they are loyal to a fault.
They make some of the best breakfast, too.
And boots. Don't forget boots.
I've never had a lizard man omelet before.
Mm-hmm. You don't know what you're missing.
Crack
So
a few eggs.
if you made a lizard man vest, do you think you just stencil it out and then tan it so you don't even have to tailor it?
I don't know. I've never put that much thought into it. So you have 6 eggs. You have it feels like about 300 pounds of coin. Or I'm sorry, 30 pounds of coins.
Yeah.
About 300 coins. You think you have a fairly heavy ingot of gold, and you have the necklace off of this fellow. Are you going deeper into the fens? Oh, and the wooden box, of course. Are you going deeper into the fens? You returning to the keep? What are you going to do?
That was the end of whatever was in the burrow, right? Like looking around is just basically a mud hole.
Yeah, it's a mud hole. You were like ankle deep in water in there.
All right, I gotta punch out, guys. So either Bill or Bill can take over Tunstall. I trust you.
What's your vote? Go back to the keep or go deeper into the fens?
We've only got one hurt henchman. I'd say we go deeper. But yeah, it's just me.
I say go back. I've spent my one spell.
Glass kid.
Have a good one, man.
Take care, Kevin. Thank you, and good night.
Eggs.
I'll just say this much: I don't feel confident fighting spiders without a sleep.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind me some better armor. I've been collecting all this gold.
Correct.
That's a shiny suit that Constant's got.
Yep. I got one.
Like me one of those.
Yep.
All right. So back to the keep is not a long trip at all. We'll just take. Maybe I'll get that random encounter that I was trying to get when my die roller was broken earlier tonight, and you guys will run into a I don't know, young green dragon or something like that. But no. And you return to the keep in good order. You've really only been gone perhaps 2 hours, so it's not very late in the day. Lawrence opens the gate for you, and in you ride. You have got. So here's what you have.
Didn't even get to eat my direct lunch.
Yeah, exactly. You guys are like, well, I guess just put it in the fridge. We'll save it till tomorrow.
Home in time to eat.
So what you got was 186 silver.
Okay.
112 copper, a 90 gold piece value ingot. It's stamped on there.
Oh,
It's like in common. It has a how it found its way here. You're not terribly sure, but it has a Verbabonk Royal Bank of Verbabank seal pressed into it, and it's like 90 golden sovereigns.
Okay.
Um,
What's in the small wood box, and how much is the gold necklace worth?
the gold necklace, if you guys go to see Grimsby, his eyes bug out, and at first he says, nothing. No, it could easily fetch 1,100 gold.
Old habits die hard.
Ooh,
Awful.
nice.
I'm sorry.
And can Grimsby open the small wood box, please? Or at the very least, search it for traps.
He slides the obvious wooden lid off and says, of course. There are 2 vials of liquid inside.
Okay. Hey, Vrug, you thirsty?
Bye.
Cool. Don't drink these yet, but I will hand you both of those potions. Just in case of emergencies, you get these.
Vaughn asked, do I allow identifying potions by sipping? Absolutely. So let's go ahead and give some experience here, and you guys fought a total of 10 lizard men.
Mm-hmm.
And
selling that gold necklace too. Turning in that, I'll just go right to the bank with that.
Okay. So yeah, the beaten gold, it has 0 value as jewelry.
Yeah.
It is literally like large pieces of gold beaten together and then strung on a cord, like that you think is probably gut. so you're basically selling them. I think what they call in the jewelry business melt. But it's a lot and it's very big. So you know what? They're not going to haggle with you on it. It's 1,100 gold pieces, and if you sell them the ingot, that is another 90 because it is stamped, and they can quickly test it and make sure that it's gold.
Sure. So that's 1190 divided by, let's say 5. That's 238 coins each.
Now, as to the XP for the lizard men, let us have a quick gander there.
Oh, and as far as the copper goes, party members, I'm going to divide that up amongst our followers to keep them happy. And then with the 186 silver, do you want me to go ahead and give that to the followers as well, or do we want to split that?
I care not. Don't give any to the dead guy.
He's not dead. He was just knocked unconscious.
Nah, he's just mostly dead.
Let's see here.
So we can give him the silver and the pennies, and then we won't have to pay him for a while.
Well, we don't have to pay him for a while anyway. If I divide that by 5, what do we get? What if I divide it by 4? Still, All right, followers get it.
We got enough gold.
Is it easily divisible? The
It's
answer is
shiny.
no. Okay. Yeet.
And then off to the armorer I go.
Okay, let's see here. I got some quick calculation to do, and then I will let you guys know what you got for the lizard men in toto. You'll have to divide it up amongst yourselves.
And
Now remember, there's outside lizard men and inside lizard men, so perhaps I should do this separately.
And depending on the value of those potions, Vrug might level.
All right, so the outside lizard men, that was a total of 6. So that's 2, 31, 39, 4651. So
And the warrior?
hang on a second. 3. And then
We did all right in there.
35 times 6. Let's see. 30, that's 180. It's 195. All right, so divide that by 4 men-at-arms and 4 adventurers. So that's 8. So divide that by 8. And the outside lizard men nets you all 67 XP.
Okay.
And the inside lizard men, which will just be divided amongst the 4 of you, the inside lizard men, that is 440 and 14, 20, 60, 60 and 33. And divide that by 4. Inside lizard men is 58.25. 58, sorry. So 58 XP for the inside lizard men for the 4 of you who fought. And then your division by coins. And of course, you have your 2 potions, which once you identify them and know what they are, you can hand those out.
All right, Rug, you want to see if you can figure out what they are and see if you're going to keep them?
I'll take a sip.
Just a sip.
All right. Call it high or low.
Low.
I think he knows what a sip is.
Okay. All right. You stick your tongue to the bottle or however you do it. Oh, I shouldn't be doing that. Give me a D20 roll, please, there, Varuk. 6. What is Varuk's con, please?
That would be actually real good. 17.
17. Okay, that is real good. All right, let's take a quick gander at this.
Does Rug drop dead?
Sticking around
Does-
town for a while, heal up Tonstall, send him to bed.
I've
Okay.
tasted worse.
Worst comes to worst. The nice part about being in the keep is that like if he keels over from poison, we can literally grab his arms and legs and like sprint to the to the priest.
So yeah, I heal up Tonstall, I send him to bed, and then I head on down to the armor shop, probably with Rug in tow.
If he's alive.
You'll need a wheelbarrow for Vrug. Con of 17. I'm not sure if that will help you. You rolled a total of what? 6, right?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I mean, assuming there was no con bonus or anything like that.
I am checking. I'm not sure.
Your con bonus
All right.
would be what, a 3?
Yeah,
Let's see.
it would have been a 9 in that case.
Yeah. Vrug takes a swig of it, stoppers the bottle, and says, "Yeah, that don't taste like thud."
Just as I'm like, come on, Brug, let's... What? What are you doing down there?
I'll grab his legs. You grab his arms. Let's run.
All right.
Literally run. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Just.
All right. So where are you running to?
The priesthood. Let's go get a medic.
Okay. You run into the temple, and the acolytes are very surprised. Is there a problem? Has your friend fallen ill?
Yeah, cure
Poison.
poison now. Do not pass go.
Look, can't you see his tongue's all swollen? It's sticking out of his mouth. He's
You will
turning
be
blue.
dead if you wait any longer.
Let's go. Chop, chop.
Okay. He yells for the father, and where did it? That is not what I wanted.
Come on, Fire Tuck.
Hey,
Don't
cool,
worry.
because this is not what I wanted either.
Sorry, old friend.
Yeah, well, it's their standards' fault as usual.
How many characters of yours have died to poison?
Last game I only had I had one character for like 14 months, and
Yeah.
you got him killed. And then I had a paladin for like 14 minutes, and you got him killed.
And you also
Should've
had
pulled
like a
the Ever
thief where I
Classic.
think
This
4
tastes
minutes
funny. Try
and
it.
then you drank poison.
Right.
All right. He looks him over and says, "Do you? What was he bitten by a snake? Did he consume something? What?
He drank something that didn't agree with him.
All right.
I remember having stuck my tongue to the bottle. That's my favorite number.
All right. So he goes and rummages around for a bit and comes back and says he pours a bottle down Vroog's throat, dumps a packet of powder into Vroog's mouth, and says, because he wasn't bitten by a snake or stuck by a dart, there is a small chance that your half-orcish friend may survive this, but release his arms and let us all step back.
Sure. I'll happily drop him on his head.
Vroog goes into convulsions and starts to thrash and spasm worse than he usually does. And you come to Vroog, and there is the most awful, like, horrid by your standards, you have an awful taste in your mouth.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Do I get like +2 constitution having survived it?
You do not.
Oh, bummer.
You do not.
Sorry. Cirrhosis points, though.
So he says, he raises his hands. Rejoice, rejoice, Cuthbert, rejoice. You brought him just in time. Moments later, and the antidote would have been of no good to your friend. Rejoice further, for now you shall go forward carrying the standard of our church in duty to her. And he gestures at a rather dour-looking statue of St. Cuthbert on the wall. And, of course, in service to the saint. Congratulations. It is not many who willingly take on these burdens, but I can see you are all very wise, and it was Providence that brought you and your injured friend here.
Just give me a beer, any
Hey, the man,
beer.
so be quiet.
Oh no, my young lad, you must consume no alcohol. You have stood at death's door. You must wait for at least a se'nnight before touching liquor or spirituous beverages again. Or
It's okay. We'll leave him with you while you sober him out then. Good luck.
I look over at Sir Standard. I'm like, makes you wonder what was in the other bottle.
I need to try that one too.
Yeah, actually,
Good
here, wait a
chance.
minute. While we're here, just priest, stay put. Try this.
Of course. You had bit your tongue when you were having your convulsions, and as soon as the droplets of it touch it, like, that goes away. So does your canker sores and your split lip and your the ingrown mustache hair that had caused a huge pimple on your lip. That just all fades away. Probably a potion of healing.
Is the vial of
Bad. Good.
I'm sorry, what were you saying, TK?
Is it a vial of instant toothpaste?
Yeah. Well, that depends on, I guess, how badly damaged your teeth are. But so essentially, what you have is a potion of poison and a potion of healing.
Cool. Hey, party. What do we want to do with this potion of poison?
Give it to Varug.
Again? Well, like, to clarify, they don't work if you, like, dump them on someone's head.
They don't, but they can be thrown as a missile, potentially.
Can they be tipped on arrows and stuff like that?
It's dangerous, but yeah.
So
I
it's
mean-
still,
And I guess it depends on that elf's alignment as well.
I mean, I'm a fan of selling it personally. I just watched this nearly kill you, so, like...
I'm good with that. I ain't drinking that crap again.
Right? You look at this...
It didn't even give me a buzz. Come on, man.
Okay.
I look over
The
at Varug and I'm like, I'm still going to the armors. Coming or
I'm trying, man. Stop feeding me poison.
now, who is taking ownership of the potion of healing?
Rude.
I think I deserve it.
All right, that is 200 experience points for Varug.
Sweet. Thanks.
You're welcome. See, you took the risk, you got the reward.
That's it.
That's it. That's how it works. I guess I'll go take the bottle of poison to the trader and see if, because I'm sure if he tells me he can't sell that to someone, then he must be a bad businessman.
And sell it to somebody who ain't going to use it against us.
Sell it to the Barons, man.
Okay.
The Barons got to have somebody to knock off.
Right.
Yeah, the provisioner wants nothing to do with it. He's just like, that is it's not a matter of selling it, it's just a bad business. I would try to trick some monster into drinking it or throw it into the open maw of a great beast if it were me, but I certainly don't want it.
Well, I don't want it either. Ooh.
I will point out that it is a fairly weak poison.
Can we tie it to the end of the priest's stick? So that, like, the next time he bludgeons someone with it, it breaks?
There's a potentiality for that.
I don't feel comfortable using poisons through standard like that. Sorry, I don't know. Just
I don't see
I don't
anything.
think I could.
I don't see anything in your religion that says thou shalt not poison.
personal preference.
Well, all right, fine. I guess we're giving it to the thief then. I really didn't want to, but
Grim,
I think I specifically heard him asking for something like that for last Samhain.
yeah. All right, Mark. So I'll add this to my message for him.
okay.
It's a vial of weak poison.
Okay, so
Is there any XP associated with the poison while I'm noting that down, DM?
no. It has no sale value and no XP value.
Really? No sell value. Interesting.
Nope. Might kill you a monster and get you XP for that, so you know.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I guess in a day's rest, both the followers can be up to full hit points with some ministrations by the clerics. Or
Yeah.
by our group cleric.
Well, I do believe, Duran, you cast Cure Light on the man at arms, yes?
No, on Tonstall before I left. Wasn't he injured?
Oh, on Tonstall. I'm sorry. Yeah, you cast that on Tonstall. So yeah, your man at arms will have to rest. So
I can get him tomorrow, but I'm going before that. I got to get to the armors. I got to go before they close.
okay. All right.
I'll go there with him.
He greets you and says, what can I do for you, adventurers? What is it you seek?
Good day, good sir. I'd like to pay for your fine skills in making me a suit of plate armor. I assume you were the one that made that fine suit for my friend the other day, or last month.
Oh, well, it took a send night for us to make, but yes, I can make you a suit of plate mail.
Well, I'd like to get fitted for one of them.
Of course.
I want to spend a little bit extra and get a little bit of detailing done.
Very well, sir. How much detailing do you want? I'm no great artist, but I shall
want a big star on the breastplate with an eye in the center of it.
I believe I can do this. I have etching acids that I can absolutely put to. Do you have the heraldry for such a standard?
Yes.
So be it. And you, sir. He looks you up and down, Brug.
Something strong, not fancy.
Do you too wish to purchase plate mail?
Yeah, but I don't need all that crap he's got.
Of course, sir. Of course. I'll get to it. Each suit must be made. Of course, I'll have to take your measurements and so on. I have no plate mail currently made, although if you lot are to continue working and living here, perhaps I should set to make some. But I do jest. Very well. It will be 400 golden orbs for each of you.
I'll flip him a platinum piece. Make it nice. That's your tip.
Very well, sir. I shall do my best to have both suits completed within a send night. That's a week, by the way.
Yes. I dropped the sack of gold and 400. That's all. Nothing extra for the etching.
Oh, perhaps another 20, 25 gold, sir.
Done.
All right. He says, I shall send one of the lads to find you when your armor is done, assuming you are here within the keep.
As I drop this pouch into his hand. Easy come, easy go, I say.
This pouch of 40 pounds. Hey, and he's a smith. He's a brawny, thewed fellow. So, opens it up. Very well, sir. And he presumably sets about. He brings out a stick that's demarked and holds it up next to you and has you hold out your arms and is calling out numbers to a boy that must equal the markings on the stick and so on and etc. And does this for a good hour or so. So you go about this, and he says, well, come in. I shall send my lads to find you in a send night. Good fortune until then. Lads, bring the plates. We have much work to do.
And do it right.
My armor has never failed, sir. So
that's why I came to you.
All right. Well, that is where we're going to go ahead and leave it, with the armor being made, poison being given to Grimsby, the party laden with loot and XP. And thank you, of course, to everyone who stopped by tonight. Thank you for that awesome super earlier, Vinker. I don't know why it did the thing where it didn't start that automatically. So I apologize for missing that. That was very cool. Sorry, Kool-Aid. Yep, we're wrapping up. Thank you to my players, everyone. Kevin, I hope you're well. Baron Von Headbanger, of course, we hope to see you next week. We'll hope for your overcoming of your technical difficulties. But until then, everybody, I have been your Dungeon Delver. We'll be back tomorrow night. Kyle will be here, and we'll just have dumb fun as we always do with Kyle. But of course, until then, keep your eyes peeled, because I need to know if you've seen my owl bear. Peace, everyone.
Have you seen my owl bear? Here's to all the weirdos everywhere, in the woods and in the air. Have you seen my owl bear? Should I shave off all my hair? Bobs are all around, some live in tunnels underground. Some are fat, some are rich, some are sleeping in a ditch. Can you ride a crooked horse without a saddle way off course? Naked as a toad all the way to Smoky Joe's. Have you seen the little creep driving fast in his little green Jeep? He smells like fish and brandy, but his rotten teeth look dandy. Take me to the show, I don't care if fast or slow. From action flicks to dancing dicks, just take me to the show.